It's NESN Bets Kickoff powered by PNC Bank with the three-time champ LeGarrette Blount. I'm Sammy P, and we have a doozy of a football game. It's the Chicago
Yes,
Bears
sir.
against the Washington Commanders. I guess we'll call them that until they change their name again. And LG, the last time you and I did this, you made everybody a lot of money. That was Eagles-Vikings. It was the DeAndre Swift game. It was the over in the game. It was a great day, but it's over, and now we're on to this Thursday. Washington is a 6-point favorite, man. It feels a little high. Like, I don't love the Bears by any stretch of the imagination, but I certainly don't love laying 6 with Washington.
Yeah, man. I don't love it. I don't love it either. That's a lot of points for two defenses that, obviously they're not going to be playing well, so you're not going to get a lot of stops here. But I don't see them winning by a lot of points. I feel like, if this is going to turn into any kind of shootout, or if it's going to be low scoring, whatever the score is, it's going to be closer than 6 points. I don't think Washington covers that.
Can you talk to me about those Thursday night games and the short turnarounds in general? I mean, you played in a couple of them. You play on Sunday. You don't have the time to rest and recover. And then for some teams, you got to hit the highway, play on the road. Those Thursday night games can't be fun as a player. And when it comes to like generating offensive stability, how much tougher is it than playing on a full rested Sunday?
It is pretty tough, especially if you get some nicks and bruises, some injuries in the game before. It can get pretty tough, but the doctors they have are usually always on top of things. They do things really, really well. They make sure that they can give you the best opportunity and best chance to be out there on a Sunday, or a Thursday or whatever, whatever your short week is on. They make sure that you're available. So if you didn't do anything, obviously, maybe concussions or things like that are a little bit shaky. But anything outside of that, or anything outside of a guaranteed game where you got to miss here and there some time. For me, it wasn't that bad. I just wanted to go play.
Players are going to play for sure. Let's talk about this total here. I hate how much I like the over at 44.5, and you're already giving me the side eye, kind of. I can see it. These defenses are awful, man. I mean, the Bears have given up 137. The Commanders have given up 120. They're both in the 30 points against per game. And I like what Fields. I think Washington has been better with Sam Howell. Both quarterbacks can also give points the other way. We've seen Fields and Howell throw pick sixes. Am I crazy to think that this is at least, 24-21?
At least, yeah. I mean, it is. Now that I think about it, it will be more touchdowns scored. And for like a little toss out gym, y'all might want to count Fields for 3. I like him to either throw 2 and run 1, or run 2 and throw 1. I like him for 3 touchdowns. So, you just know the Commanders isn't going to stop anyone. We know the Bears isn't going to stop anyone. One thing I will say, though, the Commanders put up 31 points against the Eagles last week. So that's promising. That should let you know, probably is going to be higher than 44.5.
Okay, you say 3 touchdowns for Fields. I have a prop right here. His passing touchdown prop is only 0.5. So the books are sort of like slapping our guy in the face saying, I dare you to throw 1. You got him for what? At least 1 through the air, huh?
At least 1. Oh, yeah. At least 1. I like him to throw at least 1. I mean, we both in agreement where these guys are on the no defense playing level. These guys, these guys are out there playing football, but they probably know what they're doing, but they're not getting any stops, right? Fields is one of those athletic guys. Kind of reminds me of Cam Newton with a lesser arm talent, probably not as obviously not as big, and probably not as football's IQ at right now because he's so young. He'll get it over the course of time, but as of right now, man, I'm telling you, Fields is going to be the guy, and I'm going over a half. Yeah, he's going to throw 1 touchdown.
So all you need is 1, and then he's also to score anytime touchdown, so a rushing touchdown, or I guess a receiving touchdown is plus 140, which it sounds like you like that as well. I want to talk about a guy that maybe gets lost.
Fields got the plus 140 on the receiving touchdown?
Well, plus 140 at any time, like he has to cross the
Oh,
goal
okay,
line.
okay. I didn't see that one.
Receiving touchdown, probably like
Vegas
8-1.
knows something that we don't know at that point.
Yeah, it's good enough when you cut me off to be like, wait a minute, 140.
Wait a minute, what?
Khalil Herbert is the Bears' lead running back, I guess we could say, and maybe we use quotation marks around that guy. His number is 47.5, which is low. But you like this rookie, Roschon Johnson, out of Texas, and there may be a battle for some carries here. So looking under on Herbert, it's a low number, but if he only carries the ball 10, 11 times, he's not going to get there.
That becomes a high number. Yeah, I mean that is a low number. I think if he get the number of carries, the bulk of carries that as he's proved himself as a back, I feel like if he gets the bulk of carries that he deserves, that we know that he can carry, I think he gets over that number. Like I said, these guys aren't going to be tackling. They're not going to play great defense. So, I'm willing to bet a lot of overs tonight. So
I can tell you
both
this.
sides.
Terry McLaurin's number. Let's zip over to the Washington side of the ball on offense. Terry McLaurin's receiving prop is 60.5. And I know that when people study these numbers, they look at what he's done so far, right? What did he do in week 1, 2, 3, and 4? All of those instances, though, to me are individualized. The Bears are down 2 starters, 2 in the secondary. And the third guy, the safety, is banged up. So, I mean, how does Terry McLaurin not go over 60.5? We know he can catch any ball. He doesn't even need 2 hands sometimes. Sam Howell's going to go on the field. Doesn't this scream scary Terry?
Yeah, the script is lined up for him to have a big game, but we gotta pay attention to who's behind the center, and that could be detrimental, right? Because if we get Sam Howell to go out there and throw 2 or 3 interceptions, well, is any receiver going to get 61 yards? At that point, who's going to? I'm leaning more towards Brian Robinson and carrying the football over throwing the football this game. So. It's possible for him to get 61. I'm going under.
Okay. All right. I think we're going to be heads up on that one. We've got a couple viewer questions. This one is from Ditka Rules. I wonder if this person's from Chicago. Justin Fields, LG, over or under his rushing prop? The number is 45.5 for Justin Fields.
Do I think he's going to go over or under his running prop? I'm going to say he will go over the running prop. I think he will. I think these guys are going to. I mean, he threw the ball well last week. He threw the ball really well last week. But I mean, again, like I'm going to continue to say, look at the team that he played against. This team is kind of same caliber. But I don't think he's going to be able to sit in the pocket and just throw the football around. I think he's going to have to use his legs in order to get this W. I think he's going to have to use his legs in order to win this game. So over the rushing prop, he's going over.
All right, I'm going to co-sign that one at 45.5. Daniel asks, who is the best value for an anytime touchdown in this game? We've talked about a handful of players here. I think you like Fields at plus 140. So if you want to just roll with Fields again, that's cool. But if there's anybody else, maybe a longer shot like a Cole Kmet or something, anything for you?
I'm going to say I like Fields. But if I was to go any other way, I'm going to go back to Brian Robinson. These guys nobody on these teams are stopping the run. You gotta ride the back to the wheels fall off. You gotta. He looks over 64.5 yards. Hey, if they're giving him the rock, I think they're going to give him the football. I think he gets this prop. I think he goes over 64.5.
On top of the touchdown that we need for the
on top of the touchdown, he's going to have a good. I think these backs are going to have. Well, this back is going to have a good game because he's going to have a bulk share of the carries.
Last question, and then we'll get your final score prediction, and we'll get you out of here. Carroll has apparently been drinking the same Kool-Aid that I've been drinking. These defenses are so bad. Am I crazy to love the over?
Hey, you would pick that question.
I'm
Hey,
Carroll.
you're not crazy to pick the over. You are very, very sane picking the over. That is a smart move. That is a smart move. But both. Obviously, we're going to say that both of these offenses are really, really bad too. So, you know, I'm willing to go with the guys being playmakers over the defense.
Okay, so just to echo what Carol asked about the over, no, Carol, you are not crazy because I love the over, and I'm slowly walking LG. So let's put on our prediction cap. You already have yours on. I'm gonna say Washington 28, Chicago 24. That's 52, and that's over. So Commanders by 4. What about you?
I'm going to say Chicago 24, Washington 21. Over. That's 45, baby.
Well, the Bears win outright and cover 6.5. Woo! You believe in this Fields kid, don't you?
I like Fields tonight.
Okay.
I like him for this game. Hey, look, he was one of my early picks in my fantasy draft. I got to let it ride out.
That's the champ. 3-time LeGarrette Blount. He likes the over. I like the over. Carol loves the over. Thanks, LG.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys.